The products that we manufacture are roof trusses, floor trusses, and wall panels. We have a team of sales managers, sales representatives that travel throughout the stores that we service, meeting with the builders, going over blueprints, reviewing designs of the trusses, and taking those trusses designs to the builders for approval, and then the process starts in manufacturing. Once the job is designed and approved, it goes through our design manager, which takes a look at each individual drawing and makes sure that all the loadings are correct, all of the lumber species works, and then once he approves it to make sure it works from an engineering aspect, then it goes out into the production facility. Once the job is designed, the information for each truss drawing is downloaded into saws. That information is taken by the sawyer and plugged into the saws, and he cuts each individual piece of material for each individual truss. And then once the material is all cut, then it goes out into the production facility where I have 40 people picking jobs and putting the trusses on the tables for manufacturing and producing the trusses to be shipped within a period of 5 to 7 days. Looking at it from a contractor's perspective, I would say that contractor could save anywhere from 20 to 25% in labor cost alone, having a truss system manufactured in our facility as opposed to stick frame in the field with laborers. It's hard for me to put a number on the waste, not knowing how different framers frame out there, but once they get the trusses out in the field, there's no waste. The trusses are made for that design. The smallest could be a 8-foot mini barn truss that would be sold to the homeowner that needs something out in the backyard for storage, or we can do up to a 75 to 80-foot commercial building truss. The biggest benefit on site to the builder is he's going to have a roof package come out with a layout. Everything is designed where he and his framer are just going to be able to pull out a layout, and each truss is going to be specifically individually marked, and they're going to be able to look at that layout and say, okay, truss A goes here, truss B goes here. And that's where it's going to save the majority of the time for the framer out in the field. One of the things that the design manager's responsibility is to make sure that that design, that truss system is optimized from an engineering aspect and from a waste aspect. So we will take a look at 2 or 3 different pieces of lumber and what's going to be best to use to build or cut that truss out of that piece of lumber, whether it's a 12-foot piece of board, 14-foot, or 16-foot. If we can get 8 pieces out of a 16-foot and have only 3 inches of waste, or we use a 20-foot board and have a foot of waste, that's just going to save the time and also save us money here at the plant and also for the customer out the job site. So each design, we look at the optimization from the design engineering aspect and also the waste aspect. When we get a 12-foot piece of board, we're going to use almost every inch of that board and have very minimal waste here at the plant. The biggest waste that they're going to have could be mistakes that are made. And this is the one thing that's so great about the engineered components is that all of that is already figured into the job. There's going to be very minimal waste when you're going with an engineered roof as opposed to a stick frame.